Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Through the night, deep in the heart of Texas, the trailer park is nice and dark. Deep in the heart of Texas, Ted drinks his brew and he spits his chew. Deep in the heart of Texas, the TV blares but no one cares. Deep in the heart of Texas, here we go.
Welcome to Mason's Mind Meld with Rusty and Mason. Go away with it, Mason. Carry it on. What we got? What we got today, buddy?
I know who keeps track. I'm sure if you've been on social media, you've heard this. Anybody who keeps track of anything movies or even Disney related. So they announced. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that we are getting two of which I'm excited for, one I don't care, one I'm angry about. 3 new movies coming in whenever. Just know they are being developed. Zootopia 2 was confirmed happening.
That's the one that there's plenty of stories to tell in that universe left.
I don't know if
there's
you guys
so much
watched
you could
that
do.
Disney Plus series they had came out last year with all the 8 shorts. That was a good little series. It made me happy. I want a Zootopia 2. I don't know what the hell it would be, but Zootopia 2 I'm happy for. You know? It's a story that there are characters that you can do a lot with.
Yeah, for sure. There's plenty of story to be told in the Zootopia 2 universe.
Frozen 3, which no one's surprised by. Frozen's
it could be good,
monolith.
And that could go either way.
Yeah, it could be
because
good.
Frozen 2 is rushed and it was kind of bad. But if you take Frozen 3 and give it its where it's due, they could definitely do a good show.
All you need is one good song and
That's
Olaf.
That's it. Yeah,
I mean, I liked Frozen. I don't care. I am not Frozen's demographic at all. So
I'm not either.
If people like it, I'm happy people like it. I'm glad kids like it. So, good for them. Also, this 2 still made a crap ton of money. So, of course, they were going to make a 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the one that irritates me, really grinds my gears, actually flat out pisses me off, honestly. And I know why. We all know why they're doing it, but it's just they announced Toy Story 5, and Tim Allen confirmed that he was approached, and they are doing Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 5. Okay, so
do you remember how 4 ended?
Yeah. I didn't really like anything after Toy Story 2. To be honest with you,
You didn't like Toy Story 3?
It was all right. But it just seemed like it was getting to the point to where. If they continued on like they did, that it's all just a dollar bill grab, because there are a demographic out there. There is a group of older people that will go watch Toy Story just because of the nostalgia of it. No. But at this point, Andy's got to be what, like 40?
Well, yeah,
Andy's in his 40s right now.
Maybe 20s, 30s.
No, he's in his because he was in college in 3.
He was going to college.
Okay, he was going to college in 3.
But if you follow the timeline, Bonnie has been, a year, maybe 2 past since between 3 and 4. So, I mean, Andy's still in college. This is assuming they do a time jump or anything. I'm just more mad at, I know you can tell you don't like 3, but I really like 3 just because it does end. It's an ending to a story, a trilogy. Whether or not it was a cohesive story, doesn't matter. It's an ending. And then you get 4. I don't love 4, I see where I don't think it's their best movie, but I can see they put effort in. You can tell there's effort put in. I would get rid of Forky. I mean, Forky's a cool character, but he loses relevance to the plot halfway through the damn movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It just stops like Matt, and then fully becomes Woody's movie, which Woody's the main character. But I thought hype everything. The whole point was it doesn't matter. And then it ends with him and Buzz separating. He's another ending. He's gonna be with Bo and their little carnival friends and have fun adventures. And Buzz and Jess and all them are gonna go and be Bonnie's toys. So I don't know what the hell is the 5th movie gonna be?
I don't know what the 5th movie
Did
is
Bonnie
gonna
go on
be.
another road trip and they just happen to come across the carnival again?
I can tell you what the 5th one is going to be. It is a hope at redeeming Tim Allen's career, or what's left of it. He's the only one that's publicly said anything about it as far as anybody that's attached to the show. Tom Hanks doesn't have to go around saying anything because Tom Hanks isn't at his core. Probably, like Tim Allen at his core, he's probably a piece of shit. Just based on who he is and his public persona or whatever. Just recently, Pamela Anderson had. She worked on Home Improvement. Pamela Anderson was on Home Improvement back in the day. She was one of the Binco tool girls.
I remember
whatever the tool company was called. I think it was Binco or whatever, maybe. But she was one of the tool girls, and he supposedly had flashed her back in the pre-production of the show, where he was like, "Well, I've seen you naked now." Now you've seen me naked. Now we could carry on with the show. Which she even said that she doesn't think that he meant anything malicious by it. She thinks that it was just a comedian being edgy, and that she didn't perceive it as anything. She didn't take it the way that it would probably be taken in today's society if you did something like that. And she made sure to mention that, like, this was acceptable then, and it didn't really affect me or bother me in any way. Yeah. But nowadays, it would probably not be something that's okay. Or,
you shouldn't have done it. Period.
You should have done it. Period. Yeah. But it is what it is. Whatever. I personally think this movie is just a cash grab. They're just using the old IPs to get money because they know that if they make old, it's just like the revival with all of the live action ones. Mm-hmm. They're digging back into where the '90s kids were at with the Little Mermaids and the Aladdins and the Lion King. Literally the revival of Disney, because Disney was almost didn't survive a certain time period, and they were like, well, let's dig into our Hans Christian Andersen bag and pulled out The Little Mermaid in 1989, which helped revive the industry as far as Disney.
Which Little Mermaid could be a good movie. It could be amazing. I'm not gonna watch it because I don't like Little Mermaid. Period.
Oh, I love The Little Mermaid. It's my favorite Disney movie.
I hope it's good. I hope Halle Bailey does a good job.
I had a Barbie doll. I had a actual Little Mermaid Barbie doll when I was like 2 or 3.
You had an Ariel doll.
I had an
You
Ariel
are confessing
doll.
that on this microphone.
I've confessed it to many people all through my life. I love that movie. I know the soundtrack very well. I used to sing it as a child, and I'm 32 years old. And if you put on The Little Mermaid, that is the best way to get me to sit down and get my attention. Is put that movie on.
For me, which would that be? I would say probably. This is Pixar, not
it doesn't
Nemo.
matter. It's all they're all attached to. I think they're a part of the Disney sphere at that time. Pixar might be, weren't they?
No, Pixar didn't join Disney until 2008.
Oh, okay. So the other Nemo properties are probably attached to it then, like the Dory and stuff like that.
Yeah, Dory was after they bought by Disney. I talked about this the other day. I wish I brought my phone in with me. I believe Ratatouille. It was Ratatouille and Cars and WALL-E were the last original movies Pixar did before they were developed by Disney. I could be wrong about that, but I know those were. Yeah. Because Ratatouille and WALL-E came out in 2009.
Speaking of Cars, I actually have I'm going to call it a holy grail. I have a DVD TV that is Lightning McQueen. I have the Lightning McQueen TV with the DVD player.
I like Cars. It's just that was when they were starting to run out of ideas for some reason. Didn't they also confirm Inside Out 2?
What's that? What two?
Didn't they also confirm Inside Out too?
I think so. Which I'm happy for that. Inside Out was a good movie.
I was working at a movie theater
when Inside Out came out.
I hated that movie purely because of.
I think this is DreamWorks. I think it's DreamWorks, but Rango and Cars when
Rango
they came
was
out.
DreamWorks, I
Yeah,
believe.
Rango was DreamWorks. Those movies came out when my kid was at that age where kids watch a movie and then they want to watch it and then they want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got very fortunate that my kids' movies were Rango and Cars. I feel like I was very fortunate in that, where some people get stuck watching Coco Melon over and over again, or Barney or whatever it is.
No
that
Barney
kids are,
disrespect.
whatever kids are watching these days, I had to watch. I really was blessed as a parent. I literally had to watch Scooby-Doo, all the Scooby-Doos. It didn't matter if it was the brand new one, if it was the pup named Scooby-Doo, if it was Scrappy, if it was the 13 Ghost one. I literally watched every bit of Scooby-Doo. Cars and Rango. That's all I had to binge watch. I had to watch that all the time, and I really was never mad. Well, Rango especially, I think that was around his. I think that was one of the cakes my mom made for like one of his birthdays, second birthday,
Rango's
third
just
birthday.
a good movie. So.
But it was great. I love the dialogue in the movie. The movie is so well written that I didn't even mind. I was like, son, I'm glad that your favorite movie is a masterpiece of its era. Like it has to be like a masterpiece of that era. It was just such a good movie. I feel like.
I know my mom told me the thing I watched a lot was, like I said, Nemo a lot. I think I also rewatched Tarzan quite a bit.
That's a good one. I like Tarzan with Whoopi Goldberg as one of the.
And Mulan a lot too. I think just because we had that VHS.
Well, Mulan is a good movie too. That's another one of those Disney masterpieces from that era for sure. One of my favorites.
Yeah. But yeah, Toy Story 5.
Okay, let me ask you this. You despise the idea of Toy Story 5, right?
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just why we know. I mean, yeah.
But you know what the world needs more of, though. You could only make so many Toy Stories before my interest is gone. They made, at this point, it would now be 3 too many for me. So Shrek, you cannot have enough Shrek movies in existence. If they made a Shrek 5, hear me out.
Yeah. Well,
the marketing would have to have the S as a 5.
Oh yes.
So it'd be 5 and then the wreck. So they would have to do it that way, or I would never watch it. If they didn't have a green field with like a mud shack or whatever, and then like Shrek with the 5 on it coming 2024 or whatever, I wouldn't watch it. It has to have the 5 in the marketing though.
That would be good. I don't know. I mean,
like
the
Shrek
thing
movies.
with Shrek
I love
is,
Shrek.
I mean, yeah, Forever After kind of ends it, but you could easily just do 10 years later. His kids are grown up now, and now
you could do 10 years later. Kids are grown up, and then since they do talk about what's culturally relevant in the time period, like when they first came out with the first Shrek, it was in the 99, I think, when that movie came out, maybe 99 or 2000.
I did also rewatch Shrek 2 a lot.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's Shrek 2 is really good. And in there, they have a scene where the prince is on a white Bronco, running from the cops, like hinting at that was Shrek 2,
Simpson
right?
track.
The O.J. Simpson stuff. So they do a bunch of culturally relevant things. Now there's so much more things that have happened since the last movie they made. There's so much to talk about, and I don't know. I really like the Shrek movies. I really like the one thing that I didn't understand about the Shrek movies was, why did Puss in Boots get a movie? But
two
not
movies.
Donkey. Yeah, 2 movies. 2 movies
Well,
and a
the
TV.
the thing
two
is-
movies and a TV show.
Yeah, which
but
I
Donkey didn't get
forgot.
anything.
Puss in Boots. First off, The Last Wish is really good. Go see The Last Wish if you can.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's Puss in Boots movie, right?
Yeah, the new one
The
just
newest
came
one,
out.
yeah.
It's really good. The first one was okay. I didn't watch the Necklace series. I think just because Puss didn't join until the second movie, and even then he was only like halfway through. And yeah, he's relevant, but I would call him a main character, but I would call him a supporting character. Just reaching main character. Donkey's a main character. Fiona's a main character. I feel like Donkey without. I mean, I would watch it, but Donkey. I don't know if I want Donkey without Shrek.
Yeah.
Who would he interact with? He'd have to interact with somebody, but would I really,
Well, you could have Shrek be in there, but I think it should just be Donkey centric. It should be just like
Eddie
Donkey's.
Murphy said he wants to do it.
He
so.
would do it. He would do it in a heartbeat because it was. It's
I
a
also
fun,
just
it's probably
wanna
a fun
know-
role.
What I mean, if they would give that doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
but yeah, the thing with Shrek is these each have these endings, but they're open enough to where you can do stuff. The problem with Toy Story 4, it's pretty much, I mean, yeah, you could do something, but maybe TV movies at that. It's going to have to make some stupid contrived way for them to all reunite again. Because it can't be just Woody and no Buzz. Or it can't be just Buzz and no Woody. Lightyear proved that. You can't have just Buzz.
You can't. Well, see, the thing with Lightyear is it was Buzz is a toy.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
Well, the premise of the movie and the reason why there's a different voice actor and how
it's
they
what
explain
inspired
it
Buzz. Yeah.
is it's the TV show that the toy Buzz was after.
Yeah.
So they got away with not using the same voice actor, Tim Allen, and stuff like that. And at the time, Tim Allen was almost canceled for his support of Donald Trump for Lightyear. So there was a lot of vilification of him in the media for what, I mean, I don't give a shit either way, honestly, but I separate the art from the artist, you know what I mean? Because if you go back and you look at, you know, history itself, there's going to be a lot of things that are produced that people enjoy that are made by terrible people. Anything like, are you just going to boycott every movie that was produced by the Weinstein Company just because it was?
Oh yeah, well the difference is he doesn't
yeah.
he didn't actually touch every movie. He just produced.
he
and
just
it's
produced
labeled, and
them.
he's got to just kind of just swallow that pill.
I don't know. I think Tim Allen. I don't think he's done anything cancelable. Maybe as of late. But either way, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what they do.
I mean, I'm sure
I'm gonna watch it.
It's
just
going to be
based
really
upon-
well made. It's going to be greatly voice acted. It's going to be a beautiful animation. There's going to be a really good song. It's
It's
not.
cash
It's
grab, though.
pointless.
It's cash grab.
Just
That's it.
but the problem is Pixar's either making. I don't know. I don't. My issue with Pixar now is I feel like they're not as imaginative as they used to be. Because I loved Soul and Turning Red. I never saw Turning Red, but it looks cool, and I'm sure it's a great movie. But everything now is pretty much the last few years. It's all this is gonna sound stupid. It's all just humans in cities doing things with like one supernatural element, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they used to be more creative than that. Like, the only humans in WALL-E were only introduced halfway through the movie, and they really weren't relevant because it was WALL-E's movie.
It was Wally's
Bugs
movie.
Life is all bugs. Toy Story all
bugs,
toys.
all toys.
Even Cars, which Cars is stupid. As a
Cars.
concept, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But it's all cars, and it makes sense. In Ratatouille, the main character is a rat.
who pulls on a dude's hair and
yeah.
maneuvers
And
him
granted,
by
I'll say
pulling his
this:
hair.
Incredibles and Ratatouille have as basically humans, basically in the real world.
Yeah.
But it's a little different. I don't know. My brain's freezing. But it's just there wasn't the standard. Now everything's Luca. I'm sure is also a good movie. Just it's set in the real world. Just people can turn to fish too. I wish they'd get. I mean, I'm gonna see this Elemental thing coming out this year. I believe it's called Elemental. I hope that's really good. I want it to be good. I just wish they'd go back, be a little more creative with their stuff. And maybe
Yeah, I
Elemental's
agree.
gonna prove that. Elemental
agree.
might prove that.
I
Just
guess we'll
everything's a
see.
human protagonist now.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I like it when things were a little more imaginative.
Yeah, I do too. I like a little more imagination and stuff. And to go ahead and wrap this up, guys, I just wanted to let everybody know that right now it is 4:38 on February the 11th, and
Super Bowl.
multiple UFOs right now are being tracked by NORAD, which is the North American Defense Systems for high flying objects. They're tracking multiple UFOs right now over Canada. We have shot down another unidentified flying object. There are a contingency of Canadian and American jets right now in the Yukon Territory area of Canada. All airspace is being closed in that area as of right now. And as of 30 minutes ago, they are tracking multiple UFOs. If you're hearing this on pirated radio 2 weeks from now, just know King of the Hill revival will happen whether the alien apocalypse is upon us or not. So fair winds and following seas, every human being on Earth right now, as multiple. This is not a War of the Worlds type broadcast. This is really happening in real time as we're recording this Wednesday episode. Wimatanye.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.